there's also a concept of soul contracts, and I will explore that deeper in a different episode. But just a little bit of a brief overview. If you believe in the concept of soul contracts, which is metaphysical, then the concept is that different people in your life, whether it's a season, reason, or lifetime, they've come in to play a particular role in the evolution of your soul's growth. So the idea of a soul contract, it's like you guys sat in a boardroom and your life, you are asking, let's say, for instance, your sister, you're in this lifetime, your sister to play a particular role. You're asking, let's say for myself, my ex-husband, hey, I really need to learn about betrayal and forgiveness in this lifetime. Who wants to sign up for it? My ex-husband's soul signed up for it. And he could have very well been my best friend in that lifetime. So concept of soul contract, okay? Because life is a game. Life is a game. And I hope you really hear this. We're going to get into this in some of the different episodes, but life is a game, and you either learn to play the game or the game is going to play you. And I'll tell you this much. You have to take a look at your life and just see if you're actually playing the game in the way that you want, or is life running you? Which is it? Because the beautiful thing about being human is that we have free will. We have the power to choose. You can choose how you want to feel about a certain person, situation, shit. That happens to me all the time. I'm usually 98% happy, no matter what the hell is going on. But that 2% sometimes, whew, man, people try me. And, that's being a human. And I know this. I know this in my mind that, okay, don't feel this way. Don't feel that way. Shift your perspective. Shift this, shift that. But fuck, honestly, I'm human. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and I allow myself for those moments. So going back to my point here is that forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, let go of the guilt and shame that divorce is a failure, because you and your significant other, you guys were honestly doing the best with what you know how. What really helped me also is shifting my perspective. My perspective of my divorce is that, or just life in general, when something is truly difficult and challenging, like my son having cancer when he was 3 years old and I was 6 months pregnant at the same time, I honestly thought that was the worst kind of pain I will ever go through. But honestly, divorce is a different kind of pain. So if you shift your perspective to, I'm going to give you a really nice tip here, seeing that life is always working out for you, no matter what could be happening. If you shift your perspective in that way, that life is always working out for you, and you accept that you might not know why, you might not know, what's going on, but you trust that the dots are going to connect one way or another in the future, and you're going to be able to say, wow, now I understand. When you get to that place of understanding and shifting your perspective, I promise you, things get a lot easier, even if it's baby steps, incremental steps. But the point of that is shifting your perspective to realizing, accepting, and trusting that life is always working out for us. This experience, this human experience, is truly about evolution, becoming a better and better version of yourself. And like I said, when I get into the whole metaphysical episodes, we're going to explore and do a deep dive on reincarnation and what that means, because for me, it's truly served me in my life, seeing it from just a higher perspective. Not to say that I'm better than anyone else. When I say a higher perspective, like my higher self observing from here, which is where it's at, and having that deep connection. I also had a moment in my life, a period in my life after my divorce, when I lost connection with my intuition. And ever since I could remember, I've always been guided by my intuition. I just knew it. I felt it in my body when I was at the wrong place at the wrong time and with the wrong people. I was uncomfortable. It didn't feel good. And I'm sure that you have felt the same as well, but you just chose to ignore it. That's what happened to me when I was going through my divorce and the worst times. And my my compass was broken. I had lost connection with that inner guidance that has always put me at the right time, at the right place, and with the right people, because I was trying to make sense of it in my head, in my mind, logically, like, well, maybe it's because of this that that happened, or, making excuses and doing this and doing that. Well, that's not how it works, guys. The way that it works is that our internal compass, our intuition is always spot on. We have to do the work, the inner work, and it's pretty isolating. So if you're not ready and you're not used to spend time alone to do self-reflection and introspection, you're not ready. And when I say you're not ready, I mean that in a way that you're not truly ready to move your life forward. You might say the words, I want to change. I want a better life. I want to attract that partner. I want to make more money. I want to be a better mom to my kids. But unless you're willing to do the hard inner work, and this shit is not easy, guys. That's why they call it the shadow work. Okay. The dark night of the soul is because it's fucking ugly. Like, it hurts. It's painful. I felt like my body literally was in a vice and I was being pulled in so many different directions during one of my lowest points, during one of my darkest and most painful times, feeling like I was going to honestly like burst because I was going to implode. I just couldn't, I didn't think I could handle yet another test, another expansion. Here's the beautiful part about being human. The human spirit is so resilient, guys. Allow yourself, try yourself, see how far it'll take you, because a lot of people quit right before they, get to the even like feeling the other side of what that light at the end of the tunnel looks like. Don't quit. Don't give up. I promise you, you are going to see a profound shift if you apply these concepts, these principles, these tips that I've just given you today.